Okay, good morning to everyone. Now, in previous classes, we have discussed about the Java networking purpose, and we have seen the URL and the URL connection class concept. So one class I have left in that, that is the INET address class, which I have not discussed. That INET address class, what is the INET address class? This means internet address class. INET address class full form is the internet address class. Now this class function is what? It represents the IP address and provides method to get the IP of any host name. Now, what is the IP address? If in the networking you see that all the systems or all the computers are connected in a network. So why the systems are connected in a network? Because the systems are connected in a network if they want to share the informations with each other. So that means the systems are connected in the, all the systems are connected in the network, and they can share their information with each other if they're in the same network. So that means what? Now, for identification of the each systems, for identification of the each systems, we give a address for this. In the network, all the systems are connected, and for identification of the systems in the network, we give some address. That is what that is named as the IP address. So IP address will be what? For uniquely identify each systems in the network. Means that IP address is that. And there are two types of IP address present. That is the network concept, that two types of IP addresses. You know that two types of IP addresses are present. That is what? IPv4, IP version 4, Internet Protocol version 4, and another one is what? Internet Protocol version 6. These two IP addresses are present. So basically, this internet or INET address class work is to represent that IP address, to represent that particular IP address, and provides a method, means providing some method to get the IP address of any host name. Now, what is like this? You can say that www.facebook.com. This also has a particular IP address present. So host name is what? Facebook. Host name is what? www.facebook.com. This is the host name. And this has what? This has all another IP address is also present for that. So basically here example I have taken use that www.abc.com. This is what the host name, and the IP address of this particular host name. IP address of this particular host name we will get through the internet address class. Through the internet address class, this particular host name IP address we will get. So how the programming have been done for this networking of INET address class using INET address class, how we can get the IP address of any particular host name, we will see that. Now see what first, if we use it in the program, then first what we have to import. This is what first importing the package java.io, java.io.star. We have import this package. Input output. This is the what? IO means input output, means input output, java.input output. And inside this, all the classes are present. Inside this package, all the classes are present, will be imported in our what? Imported in our program. So that's why we have used import java.io.star package. Then another package we have used import java.net.star. That is what? Importing java.net package, importing java.net package, and inside this all the classes will be imported in our class. So that's why we use these two packages. Now we have used a name, you see class INET demo. This is the name of the class we have used. This is the user defined. This is the user defined class name. That class inet demo we have used. Now we have used that inside it public static void main. This is the main function. So public static void main, and this is what? This is public static void main, and inside this you see we have used an try catch block. Inside this main we have used try catch block. So when the try catch block is used, if any statement that can throw exception, we use these statements into the what? Into the try block. And whatever the exceptions this statements will throw will be catched by the catch block. So in the try block, you see, we have used the statements here because we may think that this these statements can throw exceptions. So that's why we have used inside the try block. What we have done now, inet address IP equal to inet address dot get name. Now this inet address class, we have created the object of the inet address class, but we cannot do it because if now here we able to do it because we have imported the package import java.net.star. This package we have imported, and inside this java.net package this inet address class is present. So that's why we are importing the package here, and for this reason the object of that class we are creating inside it, because this inet address class is present in where? Java.net package. Now we are importing the package, so that's why we are importing the package, and for this reason we can what? We can create the class that is present on class object in our program, that which is present in the java.net package. So what
कोटा फैक्ट्री आप देखिए सब देखना चाहिए इसमें है कोटा फैक्ट्री वो YouTube में सब दिया हुआ उसका ये क्या है भैया अरे वाला
so that means what? That means we have created the object of it. So inet address class object we have created. You see, we have created the inet address class object. Now, inet address class object IP, this is the name of the object, equal to inet address. Through inet address, we call the method as a get by name. So this method, get by name, is what? This method is present on the inet address class. So we are calling this method here. We are calling this method here. And inside this, what we have used? A host name we have passed as the host name. We are passing a name like host name that www.abc.com. So we are passing this host name into the what? Into the object of our inet address class. So the object of inet address class is what? IP. So that means whatever the parameters, in these parameters, whatever we are sending a host name. This host name will be stored into the inet address object. So inet address object, inet address class object is what? In this, it is IP. So inside this object, what? This will be stored inside the IP object. So that means in the IP object, it consists of www.abc.com now. So after that, we have used system.out.println, and through this object of the inet address class, object of the inet address class is what? IP. And inside this IP, what is present now? www.abc.com. This is present inside this IP now. So that means what? Inet address object, through inet address class object, we are calling get host name. So this get host name will do what? This will print the name of the host. That means whatever we have sent as a parameter or host name we have sent as a parameter, it will print that. And you see system.out.println IP.get host address. That means through get host address, this is calling what? through inet address object, we are calling get host address method. So this method get host address, what will this method do? This method will print the IP address, will print the IP address of that particular host. So that's how we have used, and this total our statements are present inside the try block. And in the catch block, you see what in the catch block we have used, because whatever the exceptions will thrown by them will be cached by the catch block. So that's how this program is done. So through inet address class, using the inet address class, we can do this program like this. So this is all about our Java networking purpose. So in Java networking, mainly these three classes are used. So whatever classes we have seen, URL connection class, and this is the inet address class. So basic thing is what inet address class is, that it will print the IP addresses of the host. It will print the IP addresses to provide the method to get the IP of any host name. So IP addresses of any host, it will print the IP addresses of it. Okay, so this is about our Java networking purpose. So now one thing I have left, I have didn't done that, that is the package concept, the package concept in Java. So whatever the packages we have still see now, all of the package, there is a concept present for the package. Now, first, before starting the package concept, that is what package that we are using, that import java dot, here previously I have used import java.net.star. So this is the package. So there is some concept for the package present. So I have missed that for you. I have didn't discussed about that. So today I will discuss this package concept also. Now, the package is what? Package in the Java are used to prevent the naming conflicts. Packages in Java are used to prevent naming conflicts. Two, grouping of related types like classes, interface, etc., providing access protection and namespace management. So that means what? Let's say some existing package that is present in Java, some existing package that is java.lang, java.io, whatever we have seen till now, that java.lang, java.io. Now, whatever working of this java.lang. Now, this package does what? It bundles the fundamental classes. Means all the fundamental classes, means basic classes, whichever the basic classes are present, that are present in this java.lang package. So whenever in our program we want to use some basic classes, in that time this java.lang package should be imported. Same as that, for java.io package is used for what? In this java.io package, our input output, in this java.io package, input output classes are bundled together inside this java.io package. So whenever we will require some program to write about the input output based classes, we have to use that. Then that time what we have to do? We have to import the java.io package. We have to import that java.io package, because whenever we have to use some classes of input output concept, etc., then whatever, because it is already in the input output classes that is present in java.io package. So if we import this package in our program, then we will use this flavor of that, what flavor of that classes. Because if I didn't import the packages, then we cannot use it. These classes, we cannot use it. So that means what? We have to import the package. So this is what some existing package are present. This is what some existing package are present. But we can also create some package like own. That means we as a user can create some package also. This package is predefined. It is already in the Java. It is predefined. Java.lang, java.io. java.net, java.swing. All these packages are what? All these packages are predefined. But we as a user can also create some package. Now, when we will create this custom package, that means whatever package we will create, we have to encapsulate the classes and the methods in that package. So that means all encapsulation of classes and methods. That means what? Classes and methods will be present. So these classes and methods should be what? Encapsulated in that package. So a package can be defined as a grouping of related type classes, interface, etc., providing access protection and the namespace method. So let's say this is the package. Let's say this is a package present. This is a package present. Name is pack1. So name like this. This is a package present. The name is pack1. And inside this package, you see, inside this package, many classes are present, because in a package, whatever, many classes will be present inside that package. So let's say inside this pack1 package, C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, all the classes are present. All these classes are present inside the pack1 package. Now let's say we have to define a method M2. Let's say in our program, there is a method M2. We have to define that. Now this M2 method, whatever this M2 method is, M2 method has the same functionality. Means whatever this M2 method will do, or the functionality of the M2 method is same as a method that is present inside, like in the C2 class. That inside this C2 class, there is a method also present, that is M2. M2 method is present. There is also another M2 is present there. So that means what? This two M2 has same functionality. So one way is what? One way we code the M2 again in the new software or in the new program. So that means one way is we write the program. This is one way. But another way is, because in the pack1, there is a class present named C2, and in this class, there is a method present named M2. And this M2 has same functionality, whichever we have written in our class M2. Name same is name2, M2, and its functionality is also same. Then what we can do? One way is we can code that M2, means some code can be written, functionality for that code can be written. Another way is, if we import that package pack1, that means if we import this pack1 package, then the method defined in the C2, then the method that is defined in the C2 class, we can use it. Because if this pack1 package we import in our program, then in this pack1, whatever the classes are present, and in that classes, whatever the methods are present, we can use it in our program. So that means what? In Java, we know that the reusability of a code. So why I will write the code new as a functionality here? Already that functionality is present in the package. Then why I will write same code again in our program? But if we use the import statement and importing this package, then the functionality of this method we will get. So that is what? That is the method, that is we use it. So that means the second approach, that is importing the pack1. Because if we importing the pack1 package, then the method that is present in the C2, its functionality we will get it. So that means there is no necessary for write our in the program M2 our method M2's code, because we are importing the package. So the functionality of the class, the method that is present in the class 2, we will get from there. So that means it is the reusability of the code is occurring. So that's why we use the package. Now, how we have to create the package? This java.lang, java.io, java.swing, they are the predefined package. But I have said during this that we can also create some package. We as a user can create the package also. So how we can do that? How we can create the package? We will see it. You see, so creating a package, we as a user can create a package also. So how it can be done? Let's say I want a package creation. I want a package created. So that's why I have used this package keyword has to be used first. So you see the package keyword I have used. And after using the package keyword, the name of the package you will give. Here I have used CSC underscore package. This is my package I want to create. So that's why I have used the name of the package like this. So first, one thing you should remember that package keyword should be used. And after using the package keyword, you write the package name, whatever name you will choose. So I have chosen CSC underscore package. Now, public class C1. So in this package, CSC underscore package, whichever I have created, I want there should be some classes present inside this package. So inside this package, named C1 class, I have created a class named C1. You see, the name is given public class C1. So that means I have created C1 class inside this CSC underscore package. So public class C1. And in this class, whatever in this class it will consist, you see, in this, we have used some access modifiers. So I have used 4 variables here. So int A, public int B, then private int C, and protected int D. So that means some access specifier variables, some variables we have used 4 variables, and access specifier are used for that variables. So first type is the default type. So int A normal we have written because it is the default type access specifier. Next I have written as public int B, that means public access specifier. Then next variable I have used private int C. So that means this variable is the private access specifier. And protected int D. So that means this 4th variable D will have the protected access specifier. Now this inside this class, I have declared some variables. I want also some method should be present in this class. So the method I have used, you see, the method I have used, that is public void M1. So a method I have named a method public void M1. So this method name I have used. And what is the working of this M1 method? This M1 method working is it will add all the variables. It will add what? A plus B plus C plus D. So that means all variables values should be added by this method. So that means if we briefly explain that whatever a package named CSC underscore package I have created, and inside this package, what a class named C1 I have used, and inside this class, I have declared some variables using the access specifiers, and there is in this class a method is present, that is M1. So what is the purpose of this M1 method? The purpose of this M1 method, it will add all the variables values. So my package has been created. It's okay. So that means our package has been created. Now we will what? We will import, let's say we will create another class, and this package I should import in our this class. So whatever I will do that a class I will create, and inside this class, whatever inside this class, we will do what? We will import the package whichever I have created. So first, what we do? First, we have import the package. So first we will import the package which we created. So that means what? Whatever the package we created, CSC underscore package. So CSC underscore package, we will import in this class, which the new class we are creating here. because we need the functionality of some classes. We need to functionality of that class. So we will do what? We will import CSC underscore package. So this will be imported. So now what you see, we have used import keyword, we used then CSC package underscore package, which the package we have created, and dot star. Dot star means all the classes. Now, what package I have created? CSC underscore package. How many classes are present? Our in CSC underscore package, which I have created, inside this only C1. Only C1 class is present inside that package. Only C1 package is present. So that means what? This C1 class is present. So that means what? Whenever we will import that, this C1 class will automatically imported in our program, because we are what? We are importing the package. So that means the class and the methods, whichever are present in that package, will be imported in our program. So now, after writing this statement, whatever classes are present inside this will be imported in our program. So the next, what I have do, I will create an our user defined class. So this class name I have used as pack test. Let's say I have used the class name as pack test. So in this pack test, what I have done in this pack test, inside this pack test class, I have in the main, I have used a main function that I have created the main public static void main, and inside the main, I have created the class object here. You see C1 class is present in where? C1 class is present in the CSC underscore package. So that means we are importing the package. So when we will import the package, that's why we can able to create the object of that class inside this. What? This class is present in the CSC underscore package. So now we can able to create that class object in our class. So that means C1 object 1 equal to new C1. So we have able to create the C1 object here, and then it will not be C1. So through, let's say, whatever the object is we have created, that is object 1. So through object 1, so through object 1, we will call the M1 method. So through object 1, we will call the M1 method. Now M1 method is what? This is also present in that C1 class. So we can access this now because we have created the object, and through this object, we are calling the method of it. So through object 1, we call the what? We call the M1 method that is present on that C1 class. So in the output, what will be? It will be shown, because it will be shown 0, because we didn't use some assign the values here. You see, we didn't assign the values of that variables, because we didn't assign the values. So that means the value will be showed as 0. So this will be the output. So that's like we can create a package, and after creating the package, we can import this package into any new class which we will again create. So that's how the package we can done. Okay, so this is the concept of the package. Now different access modifier. Now different access modifier are present. So how many types of access modifier are present in our Java? There are 4 access modifier present, that are what? Private, default, private, then default, protected, and public. These are the 4 access modifier present in our Java. So what will be the purpose of them? Let's see what. Now this table you should remember. This table you should remember because it is very much important. Now the access modifier in the package. So I have written you that this form a matrix, and inside this I have written that this is the modifier, access modifier, private, then what, default, protected, and public. Now this access modifier will do what in cases of the some conditions, how it can perform. You will see that if it is in the same class, if we are using this in packages, if we are using the same class, then private will work. So that's why the access modifier will be work. If it is this private access modifier, then in the same class we can use the package. Okay, no problem. But in case of subclasses, but these subclasses are present in the same package, or the same package subclasses. Subclasses means what? From child to from parent to child, we are inheriting some inheritance concept. So that is the what subclass means child class. So if the child class is present in the same package also, private access modifier didn't work. For same package, non-subclass, same in the same package it is present but non-subclass, then also private access modifier will not work. Different package but subclasses, same subclasses, it will not work, private will not work. For different package but non-subclasses, private access modifier will not able to work. Then for default access modifier, it is if the same class, then it can be accessible. Okay, same class, same package, it will be accessible. Same package, same subclasses, it is accessible. Same package, non-subclasses, it is also accessible. But default also, that in different package and same subclasses, it will not work. And also for different package, non-subclasses, it will not work. In case of protected, it will work everywhere. This access modifier will work everywhere. Only if it is different package and non-subclass, then will not work. And for public access specifier, for a public access specifier, what we'll do for public access specifier? For public access specifier, it will work in all the conditions. In all the conditions, it is if it is on the same class, same package, same subclass, then same package, non-subclass. For different package, same subclass. For different package, non-subclass. In everywhere, public will work. So that means the question can be given like this: can the protected access modifier is accessible outside the package? What you will do when you will answer this type of question, that a question like this it is given that can protected access modifier, this concept is very much, it should be cleared, because in the some questions can be given like this, conceptual questions. So that's why always remember this table. Okay, so like this a question can be given: can the protected access modifier is accessible outside the package? So what you will answer? That the protected access modifier is accessible outside the package. You see, yes, it can be accessible outside the package. Protected access modifier can be accessible. Protected access modifier can be accessible outside the package also. But one thing, the class is inherited class, because you see in different package subclass it can work, but in different package non-subclass, protected access modifier cannot what accessible. If protected access modifier is used, it can be accessible what? It can be accessible outside the package also. It's okay. But the class should be inheriting class, means inherited class. The class should be the subclass. Then only it can be accessible. But if it is non-subclass, then it is not accessible. Okay. So this is all about our package concept. Clear to everyone? It is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's about the all of the concept of the our packages. Now it is the what? This is very much important. This table is very much important. Try to remember it, because this table, it will be for any conceptual question, you can give it through this table. So it is very much important to remember this table. Okay. So if anyone has any question, then ask. Otherwise, I will end the session. So it is clear to everyone? Ria, Ritikesh. Okay, I think no one has, it is clear to everyone because no one is asking. So then, thank you everyone. I am ending the session. Today is up to till now. It has been completed, the concept of the package. So, okay, then I am ending the session. So, thank you everyone.